Good afternoon, everybody. Today is February 3rd, 2015, and welcome to our live market analysis for the pound dollar. I'm the Chief Technical Analyst here at HyperFX Academy, and I'll be talking to you about some of the advantages of Renko charts and why we use Renko charts and why they are fundamental to trading charts and why we rely on them heavily while scalping the currency market and Forex in general. Now, before I begin, I just wanted to give you a bit of a background on Renko and what type of chart it is. It was developed by the Japanese, and the Renko is only concerned with price movement. Time and volume are not included while we're looking at a Renko chart. It is thought to be named for the Japanese word for bricks, which is renga. A Renko chart is constructed by placing a brick in the next column once the price surpasses the top or bottom of the previous brick by a predefined amount. So if you look at on our screen here, there's two charts on the screen. On the right hand side I have the Renko chart, and on the left hand side here I have just a typical 1 minute candlestick chart. And if you look at the right hand side chart, you notice that it's very clean. All of the support and resistance levels are clearly identified, and it reduces all the noise that you see on the left hand side here. So we prefer using Renko while scalping the market, especially on lower time frames such as a 5 minute or 1 minute chart. Now, I'm just going to draw out some of the setups. We talked a bit about this simple strategy yesterday, but I will review some of the rules. Basically, we connect the dots when they're angled. So when we have a lower low or a higher high, we can draw simple trend lines. And when we have a break, or if the price action passes this trend line on the upside or downside, we can enter a position. So here is one trade. We can draw a trend line here, and you notice that the price action broke this trend line, so we can take a buy position. Here is this buy entry. Now, another rule for this system specifically is when we have a red dot that is higher than the previous red dot, or a blue dot that is lower than the previous blue dot, we can use horizontal lines instead of angled trend lines, and this will give us additional entries. So today the currency actually moved really well, and there was a lot of these horizontal breaks, and I'll draw some of these out for you. So you notice that this red dot is higher than this previous red dot, and instead of using an angled trend line, we simply draw a horizontal trend line, and that will give you some additional entries. So we have one entry here where the price action broke, and you see that was highly profitable. And if you missed that entry, then you would have had this entry here. You notice this red dot is higher than the previous red dot, and then where the price action broke that, which is right above here, we had another entry here, which was also very profitable. And this continues all the way up, and we are able to ride the trend and take all these breaks up and have a highly profitable trade. So this continues all the way up, and we have very profitable trades. Now, when we have the second red dot, which is lower than the previous red dot, we can use the typical angled trades. Okay, so there's an example of an angled break. And then again, we would take the break up, and here it is. And yep, there it is. We had another profitable trade, easy as 1, 2, 3. And again, we have another angle, horizontal break here, where the red dot, the second red dot, is higher than the previous. So again, we can use the horizontal breaks. And there we go, another up break right here. So you notice all of these trades were successful today. When the market is trending or range bound, this strategy is highly effective. All of these orders were successful, and it is very easy to scalp Renkos using both angled and horizontal trend lines. Thank you. I'll be joining you again tomorrow evening with a market recap and another live technical overview of how we can use Renko bars and combining them with the horizontal and angled breaks, and using a very simple yet very profitable scalping strategy. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.